What's up, everybody? Stackingsurfer here. Thank you for coming to this live stream. I've got a special guest today, and I'm a little hesitant to put my headphones on because I'm afraid I'm going to screw up my hair, and that's like part of this whole thing tonight. You guys are going to see that. This is like, it's not exactly a hair competition, but I think we're going to showcase some of the best stacking hair you guys have seen out there on any video. All right, at least it's not coming from me, guys. It's coming from your comments. So I get a kick out of that, and I think my wife gets a pretty good kick out of that too. So anyway, I'm going to put these headphones on when our guest comes on because, well, for whatever reason, we get an echo when I don't do it. But I guess I'll put it on now too. You guys should be able to hear me better if I do that. So let's test this thing out, make sure it's going to work for us. And I'm going to put noise canceling on so you guys can hear me better. All right. All right, it should be working. So if you guys can give me a thumbs up or a 1 if you can hear me okay, and we'll get started on this. Oh, I should probably start it off like this, right, with my sunglasses looking really cool. Anyway. I won't be able to see the computer screen very good. But anyway, everybody, thank you for coming here. We've got Seymour Rivers in the house. He is older than me, but he does remember the Klondike commercial, so I love it. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I just dropped a video on, it was actually me and also Metal Scholar at the Huntington Beach Pier, in kind of the area just outside of it, and we were talking to people about whether they would rather have a Klondike bar or a silver bar. And it was over 90 degrees outside. I needed to get rid of the Klondike bars very quickly, even though I had a cooler. They were melting like crazy. And what I can tell you is that most everybody wanted the Klondike bar, even though I'd say half of them realized that the silver bar was worth multiples more than the Klondike bar. I only had one bar with me, and we were filming a bunch of videos with it, so unfortunately I couldn't give anybody a silver bar that day. And I did have a few people that really pushed me for the silver bar. So the good news is people are waking up. They are finding out about the real value of silver. And I think that is awesome. And I think it's exactly what, a channel like mine is about. So I'm pretty excited about that. I will have another video come out next Saturday that will have the same location, but we'll be talking about Hershey's chocolate bars versus silver bars. And I think those reactions are even more hilarious and fun. And then if you guys love it, give me comments in that video. Send me an email, anything like that, so I can get some feedback from you guys. If you really enjoy that, I'm willing to put more time, energy, and money into it to make it even more fun. And what I would really love to do is start visiting other cities around the country as well as other beaches to really see if we can wake up America and find out if people know the real value of silver and sound money. So check out that video if you haven't done so already. And then look out for a couple other videos that are going to be coming out. I do have a video that will be coming out about the Long Beach coin show that I just went to. So I'll be showing you guys some footage on what it was like to be at that coin show. Also some silver that I picked up there. And then I was able to sell, I think, 6 or 7 coins, and then I did a trade. So there'll be a separate video about the trade. I traded a pre-33 gold St. Gaudens for a silver coin. What kind of silver coin would I trade that for? And it was actually a pretty even trade. So you guys are going to see that in an upcoming video. And then the last one is I was able to talk to another broker that sells pre-33 coins. We were able to get his opinion on why he thinks that's the kind of gold you should be investing in. So I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. None of this stuff you're going to hear tonight or on my videos is financial advice. But what I want to do is help educate you guys and inform you of what the options are out there. So Seymour, thank you for checking out the video and for leaving that with us. I do remember those commercials with the Klondike bar as well. And spearmint gum too. That was pretty funny. So Craig, welcome to the chat as well. And glad to have you here. And I don't know how you did that with that many emojis. Usually it times out on me. It doesn't let me do that. So that's pretty cool. We've got Shadrach in the house too. Welcome. Magnum is in the house too. I know Magnum keeps trying to get as much silver as he can on the gauze. So you guys are going to have to watch out for him. And then let's see. We've got Jim in the house too. Jim, welcome. Thank you. Amy, how are you? So we're going to have a fun night tonight. So I'm going to tell you, as soon as I get through kind of welcoming everybody here, I'm going to tell you what we're going to talk about today. And then I'm going to do one quick shout out for our live stream next week. And then we're going to bring our guest in. Metal Scholar's here. So quick shout out to Metal Scholar. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, please do. Go and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. But he's another local stacker here. And he's the gentleman that actually volunteered to come and film me down at Huntington Beach, as well as at the coin show in Long Beach. So a big shout out for him and a big thank you. And if you haven't seen so, I think it was 2 or 3 live streams ago he came on and we did an interview there too. Joseph Lopez, welcome. I love Darth Vader, so you are welcome here any day. Jeff, welcome to the channel and to the chat. James Mary, welcome as well. All right, I think I get through everybody here. Lots of thumbs up, guys. Okay, so 2 other quick things. Tonight I've got an awesome guest that's coming. She happens to be a friend. We do talk offline, and we do share ideas from time to time to try to help make our channels better. But I'm going to be bringing on Nick from Nick's Coins here in a few minutes. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy what we have to share with you today. We're going to be talking today about how to grow your stack. Just about every one of us that's on here right now, we've got 19 people on and 11 thumbs up. So hit that thumbs up if you're watching. Just about everybody that's on here probably already stacks silver. If you don't, we're going to cover that today too with a few basics. But for a lot of us, we're trying to figure out how do we grow the stack? How do we grow it responsibly so that we're not getting ourselves into situations where we have to sell our silver when we don't want to? We're also trying to understand and figure out better ways to get silver for better prices. And a lot of times we're also trying to buy silver that we think may go up in value or silver that we just really like. And so each one of those things has its time and place. And when you're looking at a portfolio or a stack that you're building, it also depends on what your prioritization is of what kind of stack you're trying to build. And we're going to cover all of that today. And the great thing is we're going to have Nick here, and I think she actually has the best YouTube stacking hair out there. So you guys are going to have to judge that in a little bit here. Before we have her come out, though, what I do want to do is I'm going to point out a couple of these coins here that you guys see. I do want to point out to the bottom right here that I will be doing a live stream next week at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific and 9 o'clock Eastern. And I will have another guest that's coming on for that live stream. And we will be doing some giveaways on that live stream. I'm going to try to reserve the giveaways for more on our Wednesday live stream. But we're going to be talking about Morgans and Peace dollars. Should you get them graded? What's the cost of getting them graded? What happens after you get them graded? How do you know which ones you should send in for grading, which ones you shouldn't? We're also going to be talking about just numismatic coins in general. So we'll touch a little bit about pre-33 gold. We'll touch a little bit about junk silver, even though a lot of that isn't stuff you're going to send in for grading because it's heavily circulated. However, you will find that there are pieces that are, junk silver, constitutional silver that have a lot of value in them. And so my guest today has one of those coins that we're going to talk about today too, that would normally be worth about $8 or $9, but is worth hundreds of dollars. So we're going to talk about that, which is going to be great. All right, so who else do we have that just jumped in here? We got a couple other guests. Let me call you guys out too. So we've got Jeep NCJ5. Welcome. YouTube's messing with my algorithms. You guys, YouTube's messing with a lot of algorithms right now, especially any of them that wake people up to the fact of all the craziness going on out there. So welcome, and live. I guess that's how I would say the channel name there. So welcome, thank you for coming. Okay, so what I want to point out, hopefully you guys can see the coins and not my face in the moment, and then I'll show you guys my face as we start the interview in just a minute here. A couple of things I want to point out because we're going to talk about these today. So over here we have a Germanian Mint, which is a higher premium silver coin. Everything here is a 1 ounce except for the Walking Liberty. Then we have an Aries, which is I would call it a semi-collectible, semi-numismatic coin. They have lower mintages, not as low as the Germanian Mint one, but it does come in a series that's kind of fun to collect. I've got a Silver Eagle that I just picked up the other day. These are beautiful. They are some of my favorite coins. to stack if you can get them at the right price. And then this is one of my first walking liberties that I've actually picked up. I picked up 8 of these over at the Long Beach coin show last weekend. And then I don't know how to say that right. I guess it's a silver round. Okay. And then you've got a JM silver round over here. So I'm going to shrink this down a little bit so you guys can see that better. But we're going to talk about each of these rounds today, and we're going to talk about other silver stuff. So if our guest is ready, I'm going to bring her in and do an intro. So I think she's ready. So let's do this. I'm going to see if we can. Here we go. So you guys can see me. So second best hair in YouTube for stackers. That's what I've actually been told number 1, but we'll see today. You guys are going to have to be the judge. You're going to have to leave the comments on that. And then we have our guest, Nick from Nick's Coins here. So I don't know. I think her hair is better, but you guys are going to have to be a judge. I apologize for not shaving. I have had a crazy week, and it has not been a priority for me yet. But about the time it gets this long, it starts bugging the heck out of me when I'm sleeping. So it will be coming off. But anyway, so Nick,
Hi.
welcome to the channel. And I would love to hear maybe just a little bit of an intro from you on how long you've been stacking. How long have you had a YouTube channel on? And then I don't know if we have any mods in here, but we will have you add your channel link in here too so that people can go and subscribe to your channel as well. But we'd love to hear an intro from you, Nick, on how long you've been doing this stacking.
Well, first, I am very nervous, not because we're talking about coins, but because of the hair. So I hope it's on point and I get some extra points for that. Well, I've been collecting and stacking since 2020, when we all were kind of in our house and not able to go anywhere. I just learned as much as I can, and it was more numismatic. I was more into the numismatic side. And then the stacking came later. So that's about it.
So what got you into the numismatics?
I just love the history of the coins. And so I went through every coin that I had, looked at under scope, and researched everything I could about them. Every year, pennies, dimes, nickels, quarters. And then I started watching one YouTube channel, and I stuck with that one for at least a year and learned so much. And 2, researching the coins and looking at the coins under my scope, I learned so much just by seeing and researching.
Okay.
So, yep.
I think that's awesome. So I'll just reiterate a little bit of my story too, since we're talking about that for a brief minute. I started looking at coins when I was really young. My dad gave me, I think it was my 8th birthday, a bunch of half dollars. And I insisted on using them because I thought they were so cool to go buy things. And
Yep.
he tried to get me to save them. I have no idea what happened to them. I cannot find them.
Oh no.
I think they're somewhere. I did not end up using them. But over the years, I got into a little bit of stamp collecting. I got into a few comic books. And then I'm going to show you guys this. Well, I'll show it this way for a second. Then I found this dollar bill that was a silver certificate in my grandma's house. I don't know where it was, but I asked her if I could have it. It was all crumpled up. And to me, it was a really cool thing. And that kind of got me interested in it. But I didn't really start stacking heavily until my dad started giving me some more silver a few years ago. So about 3 years ago. I guess it's been 4 years now. And then I found YouTube channels. I had no idea that there was something called stacking and that people had channels and talked about it. And that was about 2.5 years ago or so that I started watching those. And I had a lot of people telling me I should do a channel. And finally, I decided to start it in mid-April. And it's been fun. So far, I've really enjoyed it. And your channel's one that I have watched. For some reason, the algorithms don't love any of us because every time you go live, it does not tell me. And if I don't have my phone on right then and I'm looking around for it, I miss it and I have to watch the replay. So I'm kind of bummed about that.
Well, I haven't been as consistent as I should be either with my
Yeah,
live stream.
that makes a difference too.
Yeah. Yep. So we've been doing some remodeling and stuff, so that's why my walls are bare. So I need to get that straightened out and start getting more consistent.
So when you do your live streams, when do you usually do those? What day, what time?
On Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern.
Okay. So for all of you that are hearing that right now, that would be right now. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So
That's
we're doing
right.
it on next normal time. I will normally be doing mine at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern on Wednesdays, is what I'm doing for right now.
Oh, okay,
I know
Wednesdays.
there's a lot of other auctions going on at that time too, so we'll see how that goes. And if you guys tell me that we need to change it to another time, I'm open to doing that too. Chef Stacker LA, welcome. And I think we got everybody else that's in here too. So if you guys haven't done so, hit that thumbs up. Um, I will do a giveaway if we can get up to 25 thumbs up, and then I'll do another giveaway if we get up to 50. But most of the time, I'm going to do my giveaways when it's Wednesday. Randy Matthews in the house, Dragon Horde Stacker in the house. Welcome, guys. So what I do want to do briefly as we get started with this is what I'd like to ask you, Nick, is what kind of a stacker do you consider yourself?
Uh, a little bit of everything as far as
Okay.
gold and silver. But my first love again is the numismatic. So I would much rather go look for 90% silver. But right now I'm concentrating on gold.
Okay. And is that because you want to have a higher percentage of gold than you currently have, or is that to look at wealth insurance to kind of shore things up because of the economy, or are you starting to chase, a new product you haven't chased before?
Well, all of the above, except the product that I'm chasing. I'm not really chasing any product. I'm
Okay.
looking for the best deal. I want to get it for as cheap as I can and as close a spot as I can um, for wealth insurance. And I don't want the weight of silver. So I have enough silver. I don't want all the weight.
Do you have any gold backs yet?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I sure do. I
OC
haven't.
Stacker, welcome.
Oh, let me see if I can pull it out. Well, I'm not going to be able to reach it. But
So
yes,
I
I have some here.
I got gold backs laying in a few different places, but I'll do a quick shout out for gold back here, guys. By the way, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't get kickbacks from anything. Even Drew Brophy, no kickbacks. I bought all my own coins. I did get a couple of them signed to give away and one for myself. And I love this original painting that I was able to pick up. But right now mainly I'm doing that because I want to make sure we can give you guys unbiased information. But I'll tell you what I like about the gold backs is that they are very lightweight and they can kind of function a lot like junk silver, constitutional silver. So what's that, Nick?
Walking Liberty.
Walking Liberty. Do you have any of those
That's my
laying around?
favorite. I do. I do. Well, yes, I absolutely do. But one I didn't show you, this is kind of neat, and it's just a novelty item with the coins. But it's 1936 Walking Liberty and a 1986 ASE
Ooh,
together.
let's see
And it
it.
gives, and it gives the history of both of the coins.
Look at
And of course,
that.
the 1986 is the first of the ASE.
So
So I thought that was pretty neat.
do any of you have Walking Liberties? If you do, put a one in the chat there. I'd like to see if you guys have them. Um,
Yes, and this is the second one that I have with me.
okay, so look at that. So we're going to come back to this in a little bit more detail, guys. But I think that one is really cool, and we're going to talk about that. So one thing I want to point out is this is the first stack that I've picked up of Walking. Uh-oh,
Oh, I love
these are
that
so
sound.
good.
That's a good sound.
We lost Nick. So um, I picked up a stack of these at the coin show, and I was able to get them for $9 a piece. So no sales tax at a coin show in California. This is one of the best places you can go buy if you're in California is a coin show. You go to an LCS, you're going to pay the sales tax. And here I have to buy $2,000 worth of bullion in order to be exempt from the sales tax. And guess what? I don't have $2,000 every time I'm going to buy stuff. Sometimes I'm just buying 8 Walking Liberties for $9 each. So I thought they were pretty cool. And you can see they're
Good looking
worn,
coin.
but they look pretty good.
Yep.
I really looked to make sure that every one of them had some tail feathers, that every one of them had a date that I could read on them as well. And then
Yeah.
I found that a handful of them actually have mint marks on them too, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to
Yeah,
put
it's
this guy
nice to
back over
see
here.
some breast feathers on the eagle, and of course always see your date, and then some lines on the dress if you're able.
So before we get into kind of what we're here for tonight, Nick, one other question I wanted to ask you about, and then we're going to look at see if we have any questions from anybody. Um, and we're one away from doing a giveaway, guys. Let's get that thumbs
Oh,
up in there.
awesome.
So, oh, there we go. We're going to do a giveaway in a minute here. Okay, so here's the deal. When you're looking for junk silver, how do you make a determination on um, what you're going to buy? So you mentioned tail feathers. I mentioned a
Mhm.
date. So there's some of that information that you're looking for, or not information, but signs that you're looking for that are on the coins. Outside of that, are you looking for specific dates, and how do you find out which dates could
Not
be worth more?
not for junk silver, not for junk silver, but for when I was collecting Walking Liberties and putting them into, collecting the whole series. Yes, I was looking at the dates and the dress lines and breast feathers. But for just junk silver, I want dimes or quarters, and I want the rosy dimes because they're going to be not as worn sometimes as the mercury dimes. So, but that's just a personal preference, and I think the dimes take less room.
Okay, sorry, I had to put this on to do not disturb. I've got a relative that's texting
Oh,
chat to text and does every sentence is a comment. Um,
hmm.
so I just had like 30 of those come through. Sorry, guys. um, so I think those are pretty cool too. I do have a lot of barber dimes for my, let's just call it SHTF stash or stack. And I have Benjamin Franklin or Benji half dollars. Um, and I've got Washington quarters. But what I've really wanted to get is some, well, I guess I have Mercury dimes. I wanted to get some Barber dimes. I really don't have any Barber dimes. And I can't find them anywhere for a decent price. They seem to be the holy grail everybody's chasing after. Um, so so we're going to do a quick giveaway here.
Sure.
And let's do this. I've got a jar here, guys, with a number in
Oh,
it.
nice.
Okay, so we did some coin roll hunting, and we came up with fat zeros on everything. So I just returned a bunch of coin rolls, and then this is what I've got left, and I've got to take this to a bank that will actually sort it. Um, but there was no silver in here, unfortunately. I need to see what the answer is real quick in here. I'll give you guys a range. I forgot what I put in here, what the count was. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys the range here, and you can see the papers in here. Okay, so I'm going to move this over to the desk for a minute. You guys can see that sitting there. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to type it in here. And I don't have a spin wheel yet, guys. I'm going to have to engineer one. It's not the easiest thing to do. It's probably going to take me a month, unfortunately, to get ready. But luckily, we don't have 100 people in here, so it won't be too crazy. Jamie Fox, welcome. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a question, or I'm going to put a number range into the chat, and as soon as you see that number range, go ahead and put an answer in. You can only put one answer at a time, or one answer. If you put more than one answer, you'll be disqualified. And we're going to do this where you have to be on the answer or below it. Okay, so if the answer is 300 and you happen to be at I guess 301, you're disqualified, right? So we're gonna put that in there, and one person. Let's see, Nick, what should we give out? Do you have any idea what I should give out?
Well, what are the options?
Let's see.
Hi, Jamie
I think
Fox.
I got a good option here for us today.
Tiger Stacker and Gypsy Wolves has come in.
You guys are gonna like this one. What about this? What do you think about this guy? He's a little bit worn, but you can still see the United States of America on there.
Quarter.
So we got a quarter for you guys, okay? Standing Liberty.
Very
All right.
nice.
We'll put that over to the side, and whoever wins is also going to get one of these cool, trippy Stackingsurfer stickers. All right.
And those
so
are
get
nice.
ready here, guys.
I like those. Freaking awesome has joined.
Okay, get ready. Here we go. One answer, guys. One answer. It's an oldie but goodie. It is a little bit worn, guys, but it's still a great coin. All right, we've got answers starting to roll in here. So, Nick, have you ever used a Coinstar machine before?
Of course, yes.
Do you know what happens if you accidentally put a silver coin into a Coinstar machine?
It doesn't accept it.
Yeah, what happens though?
It gets ejected into the
The return,
coin
right?
return, right?
So I found that out recently, and I have been checking. I haven't found any yet. But for any of you that want to find some good silver, um, my recommendation is, hey guys, real quick, the guesses are between, maybe you didn't see it, 300 to 500. I'm
I
kidding, like
have found
6
silver.
and
I
796.
have found. I did find silver in the Coinstar before.
You have, how much?
I have a dime, but
A
still,
dime.
nevertheless, it was silver.
Hey, that's pretty cool. I do think that's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so if you
Yours
made
for
a
a dollar.
guess, if you made a guess under 300 or over 500, you can put one more guess in, okay, guys? But only one guess, unless you didn't see the range in there. All right, so I'll give you just another minute on that. So I'll tell you, this coin roll hunting thing really comes down to finding the right bank that has the right kind of coin rolls to go search for, unless you're going to go and purchase a more expensive roll that's already, let's say an older dated roll from a store or online. But then you're already paying for the silver in it anyway. All right, I'm going to start to cut this off here, guys. So we're going to do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to type in stop. Nope, that isn't stop. All right, there we go. There's stop. All right, so let's see what we got up here. By the way, we'll do another giveaway too if we can get this up to 50 today. Let's see here. Okay, well, I guess I need to open this up. We've got to see what the answer is. All right. Okay, here's the answer. 430, 432. Do we have anybody that was at 432? We've got a 429. All right, it looks like the 429. So we've got, who's got 429 up here? Shadrach, congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
All right, that's awesome. If you could just shoot me a quick email to remind me would be helpful. So I don't actually have my pen with me right now. Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, it's like rookie mistakes to hit your camera. All right, we got that over there. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to ask you about, Nick, too, as we get into the subject right now, and I'm going to move my camera just a little bit so people can see the coins a little better. I guess, can you see my coins? Do you have it up to where you can see the different coins I have in rounds?
Yes, I can see your coins.
Okay. So the question I have for you is, I put on the thumbnail, learn how to grow your stack today. So, I asked you what kind of stacker you are. You mentioned you have a lot of different ways that you stack and for a lot of different reasons. I'm in that same boat. I think it's important to have things like rings that have value or necklaces. I think it's important to have some of those that have some real value for you, because you never know if you're going to be in a crazy situation and you have something of value on you.
And you can wear
I
it.
also, and you're wearing it, right? Not just sitting in your house, but actually being worn. Now, I don't think you need to go get anything that's crazy expensive or over the top, but having a silver or gold wedding ring can be something that you don't want to give up. But if it was, life or death, you have something that you could use. In addition to that, I know that I like to collect all of these different kinds of coins for different reasons. So what I have found is, with the 2 coins on the left, a lot of times if I can buy them at the right price, right when they come out, they tend to go up in value. And so for me, I do like to collect them. And sometimes I might get a few extras that I could then sell on eBay and make a little bit of money. Coins like I see in the middle, the Eagle and the Walking Liberty, really come down to finding, to me, the best price before I'm going to purchase those. And so I have
Those
to wait until I
are
get
something
there.
that I would want to collect and have more of. That's what I like.
This is what I want to stack. So these are stacking. So I'll use the term in two different ways. One way is I'll call it different kinds of stacks. So to me, these are my semi-collectible stack or semi-numismatic. They're not really numismatic, but they carry a premium. These are going to be like my sovereign stack or my SHTF stack. These coins over here also are actually rounds. They're not coins. And these are going to be just where I'm going for weight, where I'm trying to get the least expensive thing that's out there. And so I will never pay a premium very high on these. Usually this is something I'm looking to buy from a person that is needing to get out. And I'm probably buying pretty close to spot on those. The ones in the middle is what I'm really trying to accumulate because I know people are going to recognize this eagle just about
Mhm.
anywhere in the world and for sure in the United States. So I do try to stack those. And as of late, they've been a little bit better priced, but you go back a month or two, they were insanely expensive. Same with constitutional junk silver. And so I really wasn't stacking that. So what I'd love to hear from you is if we focus in on these two middle ones here, and I move these guys out of the way. What are some of the tips and tricks that you have used in your stacking um, to be able to accumulate more of these kind of coins?
The ASE, I'm not going to purchase unless they're cheaper, like we have seen them, because the premiums have been way too high, in my opinion, to stack those. But I do like to have at least one a year or two a year to to have them consecutive. The Walking Liberty, I've completed my collection, so now I do buy them. Just out of habit, and I like to have them. And in the Walking Liberties, there's certain dates that you can look for that, no matter if they're worn or not, they are worth quite a bit of money. For example, the 1921D, which I have, and it's very worn, very, and it's worth $350. 1938 is a semi-key date. So if you know your key dates, and sometimes you can go to a pawn shop, or you can go to, or even an auction, if you know your dates, and sometimes you can see them and you can get them for a good deal, but you have to know what your dates are and what you're looking for. Go prepared.
So let's say, Nick, if are there any dates of eagles that tend to do better than other dates?
The 1986, 1996 is a good one if you can find. I graduated in 96, and that also has to be one of the lowest mintages of the Silver Eagle. So I like to get that date, and I found those particular dates at an auction lately, at my local auction, for less than $40 in excellent condition. So yeah, I picked up every single one of those. Um, so I like to do, sometimes the proofs, but I'm not going to spend $85 for a bullion coin.
I think you're smart. I would recommend the same. Another question: do you like Type One or Type Two eagles on the newer coins better?
Why can't they just leave well enough alone? I like the type one.
I do too.
I
I
mean,
don't
it's
I don't
still
sell these ones.
beautiful.
I collect those.
It's still beautiful, but I just creature of habit, I suppose.
Okay, so let me pull a few other coins up. So if we're looking at, or I should say rounds, if we're looking at these kind of rounds, um, that one's got kind of a fun design on the back too.
Mhm.
If
Yep.
you're looking at rounds, what do you do with rounds? Are you stacking rounds right now,
The
or are
generic
you, yeah, the
generic round.
generic, or are you waiting until premiums get higher again to do more of the generic
I
weight?
I really don't look at premiums because I am in this for the long run. I mean, I'm in it for long term. So right now the premiums are and spot price, I want to get it as close to spot price as I can, but I'm not too concerned about the premiums as far as these are concerned, because usually I won't buy them if they're high premiums. But um, I would rather go for this now. Now, I've made mistakes when I was first starting to stack and getting all the coins that are the other ones that we'll talk about. But now I'm going to buy this kind of stuff, but I want it as close to spot as I can get it.
Okay. I like that. So then we're going to bring up the other ones and hit those for a second too. Um, do you stack these, or do you just periodically buy ones that you like, and do you only get one?
Depending on what is going on for me that month. I budget throughout the month because I don't want to get into where I have to sell my stack to pay bills. So it depends on what I have going on that particular month, whether it's the winter or the summer. We're paying, so there's a lot of different things that goes into how much I'm going to buy. But these here, I would find all these pretty coins or these semi-numismatic and think, oh, I like that. It's so pretty. I'm going to buy them. And they're very expensive. And then they're hard to sell in the secondary market. You're not going to get what you put into it.
I agree. So let me pull out another pretty coin for you to look at. And I want to know your opinion on this because this one's going to be important to people on this call too. So let's move these out of the way for a second. Do I have another stand? I don't. Okay. What about this? A 2023 proof Morgan.
Not my favorite.
Not your favorite. Would you
Nope.
buy one?
I did buy one. And I sold one.
So you have no more?
I have no more. And I'm sorry, not sorry, because I think the mintage was way too high. I haven't checked lately, but the last time I did check, they were still available at the US Mint. So I mean, it's a pretty coin. It's just not special, in my opinion. And for the cost, and nah. I did have the uncirculated as well, and I sent that back to the US Mint because the Morgan was in such bad condition. The quality has been disappointing from the US Mint. The only thing that I can say about the US Mint that I've been impressed with is their website and their waiting room. Other than that, I have no use for the US Mint right now.
I hope the US Mint's listening.
I hope you're listening, US Mint, because I think you stink right now. And there's so many other great mints that are doing such a better job. We are the United States. We should be doing much better.
Oh,
It's
no, that's
embarrassing.
tricky. Let's see. I didn't know I could do this. Okay, we've got both of us
Oh,
and the coins in
wow.
the middle. All right, I'm going to try to do this without my face moving out of the way too much. Okay. Okay, so one thing I want to ask you too, Nick. So I agree. I actually thought I only put one of these in the cart when I signed up last year, and somehow three of them showed up at the house. And I figured
Wow.
I'd just be able to sell them versus mailing them back and having to pay the cost. The reality is, no one is buying these things off eBay right now. At least
No,
not above $80. They're not.
because you can get them from the US Mint still. Why would they want to buy them on
Yep,
the secondary market when they can get it directly from the Mint?
exactly. So I may be holding on to these for a little bit. Um, One reason I did buy one is I wanted to see what it would look like, and just
Hmm.
to kind of put it in the stack. And I have the ability to, to buy a few things like this and hold on to them. But I would not stack these; they're way too expensive to stack this way. Um, as a matter of fact, I don't stack Morgans in general, unless I can find them, close to $30. I also don't stack peace dollars unless they're under $30.
Yeah,
So I
those
just
aren't,
wouldn't buy
I don't
those.
stack those. I don't stack those. I think sometimes they're too expensive to stack. Um, Let me see. We have OC Stacker that came in, and I believe, let me see. I saw a new name too, but it's going so fast I can't see it. So, hello, Brett. Brett came in. Good to see you.
Brett, and I think we got
Yeah,
Tiger Stacker in here too. I don't know if I
yes,
called him out either.
and freaking awesome. He's so freaking awesome. And I was never really fond of the 2021s either, the Morgan or the Peace. Um, that's I've been very vocal about that. I feel like there was too many dropped. I wasn't pleased with the CC or the O Privy Mark Morgans. I thought that I just thought it was way too much at the time.
I agree. And then what Craig brought up too that I think is going to be interesting. We're going to find out is I think the reverse proof set is going to be really popular, but it all depends on how many they make, and it depends on how
So
popular they
yes,
end up
I
being.
have. So that I think is going to be the breakout for this year. But still, I went back and I had 5 on my subscription, and I changed it down to 1 yesterday because after seeing how the Morgan proofs have done, I don't know how well these reverse proofs are going to be. So if you look at the reverse proofs for the American Silver Eagles that came out, I believe was it 2020 or 2021, on the secondary market, you're going to pay only $20 more than what you paid from the US Mint. So they're not appreciating very fast. So and I believe the mintage is going to be about 275 for the reverse proofs.
So
Morgan's and
200, 275. No, I'm just kidding. 275,000 coming out, guys. So
1,000. Yeah.
that's a lot of coins. And
Still
if you
lower
guys,
than, it's
yeah,
still lower than, yeah.
and the coin, I mean, the coins aren't inexpensive when you're buying them directly from the mint anyway. Everything's pretty pricey there. So one of the
Yeah.
things I would recommend is, unless you're dead set on having a bunch of those, if you want one, you can go ahead and pre-order from the mint. Or if you want to take the chance on it, you can wait and see what happens. If you had waited on this deep cameo proof, Morgan, right now you can pick these up for about the same cost
Hmm.
as you would from the mint, right? Or you may even be able to pick them up less than the mint because people are unloading them.
But you
So
still can get them from the US Mint as well.
you
So
can. Yep.
um, I haven't
So
seen
there's
them
really no
cheaper
reason
than,
to go grab it.
yeah, I haven't seen them cheaper than what the Mint was selling them for. But I do know that I went on there, yeah, it was yesterday. So you can still put the reverse proofs on subscription. So they're still not sold out on subscription.
All right, so you guys, you got to. So one thing I will just throw out that Nick's talking about here too is, if you have subscriptions, go and check. Make sure your credit card's current, so that when they actually go to charge your credit card, you are able to get the coins that you want. But also go on there and go check it. Mine always says 1, and I keep getting multiples. I don't know why. And so I may end up having to go cancel that and then redo it, or decide, maybe I don't want to do it. But I will probably get at least one of the reverse proofs um,
Yeah.
sets to have anyway. So a couple things I just want to point out in here too. Let's see, Gypsy Wolves, I don't know if we called you out. Thank you for coming. If we can get it up to 50, I'll do another giveaway, guys, on Thumbs Up. So there was a comment in here. Now I'm not finding it. I think it was from OC Stacker.
So if people are buying those to flip them, I don't think you're going to be able to flip them.
Yeah, I don't
The
see their
reverse.
comment. I don't think so either. So I would not recommend going crazy on that, guys, for anything. The other thing I'll tell you too is this. For me, I have found the coins that do well for me that I end up flipping are coins that have extremely low mintages.
Yep.
So I just sold a coin that was a gold Mandalorian coin today for $2,300 on eBay. And if you guys are aware, gold is way below that on the spot price. I paid the same as I would pay for a American Gold Eagle for that coin. That one worked out, but it had a low mintage of like 250. There's not very many of those even made. I've got other coins I've purchased that might be in the range of say 3 or 5,000 made. Sometimes they do really well, sometimes they don't. The Drew Brophy silver coin. So the artist that did this painting back here, those are kind of holding about where they came out. They're pretty much about gone from any of the distributors, and they're only going to be on the secondary market. So I expect the price to go up a little bit. But in general, I don't usually stack those kinds of coins. I might get one to add to my collection because I like it. What I'm primarily stacking is I'm stacking rounds and generics, and then I'm in the process of starting to stack some Eagles if I can get them for the right price. So if I can get these Eagles in the 27, 28 price range, I'll buy those as well. And believe it or not, there are places where you can find those prices that are not, frauds. And you just have to look around. There are people that buy monster boxes that are looking to just move silver at a more wholesale price. So you need to do a little bit of research on that too. But let's talk real quick here, Nick, as we kind of shift from just talking about the coins to how do we get more cash? How do we get more fiat money in our pockets so that we can buy more silver? What are
Well,
your
I say
thoughts?
number one is know where all your money's going. Budget. I don't overpay on my taxes to make sure I get a refund at the end of the year. That's a big one. Until the US government starts paying me interest, I'm not going to overpay my taxes. I'm going to pay the necessary amount, but I'm not going to overpay. Check your subscriptions. Check your utility bills. There's cell phone companies. Sometimes, they're going to overcharge you. Check those. And especially with people getting paperless billing. I don't get paperless billing. I look at my bills every month to see what my charges are, to see what fees they're charging me, bank fees, etc. And those are just a few things that I do. But I look at it every single month. And I'll tell you what, where I find the most discrepancies is on my cell phone bill.
How do you find a discrepancy on your cell phone bill?
Well, I know what my plan is, and sometimes they want to add charges, and it may be just $1 here and there, but it's still going to add up.
Okay,
But
so I think along to that lines, bank fees too. Sometimes you'll get hit with bank fees.
Mhm.
Oftentimes, if you've been with the bank or the cell phone carrier for a long time, you can call them up and ask them to reverse it and explain why that's happening. A couple others I would throw out too, Nick, that I think are important too is for any of you that work in an office, which doesn't seem to be very many of us anymore. Um, when I worked in an office several years ago, there were a lot of the coworkers always wanted to go out to lunch.
Oh yeah.
And when you're going out to lunch, you're going to be spending $10 to $15. Now it might be 20 to 25 bucks. And that adds up very quickly. And as you guys know, that's like a silver coin, right? Or a round. So if you can bring a lunch from home, that right there alone would be a huge savings to you.
I
Um,
drink my coffee at
Massive.
home. Mhm.
Okay.
Bring my
Drink your
coffee to
coffee
work.
at home. Or if you're at the office and they've got free coffee, get your coffee there.
Yeah,
Um,
well, we don't have free coffee at my office. We have to bring our own. We're on a budget there as well.
so you got to do that. And what I will tell you is the premium coffees that are all fancy that have, crazy amounts of calories you probably shouldn't be consuming anyway.
Well, and with
Um,
lunches as well, when you're eating out a lot, you're consuming a lot more calories as well. So stay
well, it's
healthy and
totally
eat it
true.
from home. So,
It's totally true.
um,
So the other thing I was thinking of too, Nick, that I think can help you. So you've got the combination of reducing your spending that can bring more money in, right? You've got the kind of coins or rounds or generics that you're looking at.
mhm.
So watch how much you're paying for an ounce of silver. So you know, if you're on an online auction and the ounce of silver is going for 45, 50 bucks, really think twice about doing that. Even if it's going for $35, think twice about doing that, in my opinion. Um, if you're able to pick up silver under the $30 range right now with where spot is, I think you're starting to get into that range, right? So you can have a little bit of fun with it. But in general, if you can, I try to find things that are really just a couple dollars over spot if I can. So I'll look at the online bullion dealers and look to see what their deals are of the week. I've also found a few other places that I can buy at kind of a semi wholesale rate. I found a handful of places that will do that. And in the future, I hope to be able to provide maybe a buying club for everybody to do some of that too. You had a question or a comment, Nick?
Yeah, well, with that being said, also you have charges as far as taxes. I know I pay taxes, so I have to
Yep,
watch that as well on my limit, and shipping, because shipping can add quite a bit to your end total. So, those are the type of things I have to look at as well to save money while I'm buying my gold and silver.
totally. They totally add up. The last thing I just want to kind of add in there is ways of how do we create additional cash flow in our life that hasn't been there before. Now, I don't want to go into all the details, but I can tell you that there's two reasons I have started a YouTube channel, okay, to be transparent with you guys. Reason number one is I needed something to get me away from my desk over here where I'm doing conference calls for 8, 9 hours a day and sitting at either standing at my desk or sitting at it and not having any human interaction besides just my wife and kids.
Mhm.
I needed to get out in the public and that's also why I'm doing it outside a lot. I want to get out in the public and I wanted to get more exercise and I wanted to, more importantly, share the things that I have done in my 2 to 3 years of stacking that were incorrect, that cost me thousands of dollars. And it has
Yes.
cost me thousands of dollars, guys.
Yes, and I
Um,
made mistakes as well, and I
yeah.
every time I cringe when I think about them, but I'm glad I made them and made adjustments very quickly.
So I have those, and then my second one is to create an additional revenue stream. So I'm hoping that the channel will monetize sooner than later. I'm hoping there'll be some money that comes in from the ad stream, so that instead of giving away a quarter that's going to cost me five bucks, there's money coming in from the channel that allows me to then pay for the giveaways. Hopefully down the road too, there'll be opportunities to make even more money from it that will allow me to buy more silver.
Mhm.
Is one of the things that I'm looking for. So, if you guys are looking to buy more silver, you may be able to look for something that you have a trade or a skill in that you could do on the side that is a side hustle that can create additional revenue for you that then allows you to go buy silver. And the last thing I'll throw out there too is it's always important to have cash on hand for those buying opportunities. If you spend all of it and you have nothing sitting there, you're not going to be able to buy anything. And so when we have these dips down, you're going to have an issue with that. Okay, so we're going to go about another 9 minutes on the stream today. If we can get up to 50 in that time point, we'll do another giveaway. If not,
And
join me
people don't
next
realize,
Wednesday. Oh, go ahead.
as far as side hustles, I crocheted, and I hate to do it,
Okay.
but I would make a lot of money at a craft fair within 2 days, and that's how I bought my stuff. Um, Sell your CDs, your DVDs that you're no longer using anymore. They have these great apps. Sell your electronics. Don't hoard things. Get rid of it. There's money to be made when you're selling, especially Apple products, and we're constantly upgrading. Sell them. There's no need to hang on to them.
That is totally true. So, do you guys have any phones laying around, iPads laying around, old computers? You can sell them, you can wipe them too. The other thing that I've noticed too, Nick, is there's oftentimes like my youngest are seniors in high school. No one's playing the
Mhm.
PlayStation 4 anymore. Okay.
Right. Hmm.
So I've got a PlayStation 4 that's sitting there that's basically just a Blu-ray player. And I've got a whole bunch of games that no one's touching and controllers and all kinds of other stuff.
Hmm.
So I'm in the process of doing some cleaning, and we're going to go see, hey, can I sell that for enough money that we can trade? We can trade it out. We don't
A
even
great
really
app.
use
A
Blu-rays
great app.
anymore.
Right. A great app to use is Declutter.
Okay.
You could scan things and it'll tell you how much, and that's for books, DVDs, um, electronics, and PlayStations, Nintendos. Um, Great app. It's called Declutter.
I'm gonna check out Declutter. I think I actually downloaded it the other day, but I don't think I've used it yet. But we've got some great
Great.
comments from you guys too in here. Um, but some of them I'm not going to repeat because you people are talking about things that I cannot say on here. So I hope you're joking about some of the ways you make extra money. Um, we're
Gypsy Wolves. I
just
hope that's not you because I can't see the comments.
we're just not going to go there, guys. Um, what I will tell you though is this: there's so many ways that you can make extra money. So another one I'll throw in there too is it's going through your old change. You don't even have to buy
Yeah.
silver; it might already be in there. Um, but look for those ways to do it. I think it's good to put yourself on a budget as far as what you're wanting to do from a stacking perspective too.
Yes.
When prices go down, we tend to do two things. We either tend to overbuy and maybe get in ourselves in a situation that we get strapped for cash and the premiums could go lower and you feel bad about it. Or the second situation is you bought when you were panicking when it was going high and you don't have any free cash flow at the moment to buy when it's lower.
Try
So
to take emotion
I try to take the
take
emotion
emotion.
out of it, but I'm kind of an emotional guy about this stuff a little bit when it comes to money, and I have to really try a little harder at that. But one thing I try to do is set a budget per month and stick to it. And
Yes.
if I go over that, I have to sell something on eBay first before I can do it.
Which
So
is
I,
not
I
easy to
definitely
do.
try to do
To sell
that.
on eBay. There's a
Well,
lot of price on eBay.
there is, but what I'll tell you from my experience selling on eBay versus buying on eBay, two different things. Um, if I'm selling something larger, I only have a 5% fee. If I'm selling something smaller of value, I have an 8% fee. So I do have a store, and I'm moving enough volume. It's paying for that. So it is a way for me to correct some of my previous mistakes of overpaying for silver in the past. Um, and it is helping a little bit more than if I went to an LCS. But to your point, I would never buy something like a Silver Eagle on eBay personally, unless it's from one of the big dealers and you've bought from them previously and you're confident. And I would not be buying like a monster box, in my opinion, or even a tube. It makes me too nervous.
I have
Um,
not bought coins on
I just
eBay.
wouldn't do that.
No, I've not
What
bought any.
what I might buy is something like this, maybe. That's harder to replicate. People probably aren't making a bunch of those extras, and that would only really be if you really love the coin, you're looking for it, and you can't find it anywhere else. But for me, I have to pay the sales tax, so I really don't do it on eBay. But I did early on, and I'm having to correct that. But for something like this, if I can find it as a bin on one of the YouTube auctions, and it's a decent price, and it's something I want, then I might pick it up like I did here. But in general, I have one of these. I don't buy two of them, and I don't buy these very often.
Well, something I overpaid, but I think it's cool. It's an ASE 2004.
Let's take a look at it. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, and I usually don't like, the painted ASCs, but I thought this was really well done.
That looks great.
It really is. And then on the back, it's got a speech of his.
Look at that. Yeah, that one's really
So
well
yes,
done.
I
So
overpaid for this, but I felt like this was worth it, and this is something that I wanted. It's not something I'm going to stack. So, and I believe I paid $40, which isn't too much over, especially when we were buying ASCs just normally just for $40, right?
yes.
So that's one
Well,
of my.
some people were
Well,
paying
I
40
didn't.
bucks.
Some people did. That's why, yeah. So I guess that's why I thought this was a little bit more expensive. It's because I did actually pay $40 for this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you the last silver ASCs that I purchased were from Guido Stacking. So a shout out to
Mhm.
his
Oh,
auctions that he
great
does
deal
on
on.
Monday nights. I think it's at 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. Was February or March is the last time I bought ASCs, and I paid $28 a piece.
That's great. You're going to find deals at Guido's. I mean,
Yeah.
several deals. Yeah.
So that's it. I mean, if I wouldn't pay more than that. And anyway, that's me. So I'm kind of going to that. Last thing I'm going to say with this though, guys, is this: if you do overpay, okay, you buy one of these and you're like, I don't like it anymore. That I don't like the hawk. I don't like the lady with the sword. I'm done with this coin. Or you start to wake up and say, I need more ounces in my stack, and I paid too much money for this, and if I sell it, I can get 2 ounces instead of one. Okay, that might be another thing. Same with coins like this, okay? And you decide, oh my gosh, I don't need this anymore. Coin shows are also another great place to sell at. Um, and I have just had some experience with that. I have a video that'll be coming out soon on that this week, so you guys will get to see that. But what I'll tell you is it is still silver, okay? So even if you make a mistake, still know you have some real value in these coins. There's still value to them. So, you know, I'm going to get at least 60, 70 bucks for this coin right now if I needed to fire sell it. So I might lose a little bit of money from what I paid for it, but it is still worth more than an ounce of silver. If we get into an SHTF situation where you're trying to barter for rice or something like that, who knows what it's going to be worth? I just don't know. I mean, you may be using a coin of this for a cup of rice just because you need food. It's hard to say what's going to happen in those type of situations. I do
And that's
tend to
where I
say,
want
yeah,
more
you want to have
fractional.
more. Well, you want fractional, but I think you also want more weight as well if you can get it. So if you happen to have not a lot of weight, but you have a lot of really fancy, cool coins, I would reconsider that, and I would start going with something that gets you a little bit more weight. Um, and I think we'd do that too. All right, we didn't get to 50. I kind of feel bad. I feel like I should still do a giveaway here because we got pretty darn close to it. There was something else I had here. Okay, so let's do this. All right, we're going to do one more question, Nick, here, and then we're going to round it up. But I've got 2 dimes here that I would be happy to share with someone. You just have to send them back to me in a year. I'm just kidding. I'm going to give them. There you go. We're gonna do two
Should work.
dimes, okay? There you go. And I'll throw in another one of these fun stickers for you guys because you've been listening to us the whole time. Okay, so we're gonna do another quick question here. This one's going to be more of a. We're gonna do another number one. I've heard the trivia ones are kind of fun, but it ends up being like Knox wins it 90% of the time because he watches all this
He's
stuff.
super smart and super fast on this. The guy whips through stuff.
Okay, so we're going to do a number, and I'm going to give you a range real quick, so do not put it in until I tell you. Only one guess, or you'll be disqualified. All right, and I have to get a pen to write this number down real quick. All right, thank you for your patience. Okay.
Well, I think we should do a poll too to see, who won this hair contest.
Oh, we will do that right after this. Actually, maybe we should do that first, and then I'll see if I'm going to give away anything or not.
Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to give one of Nick's coins away as well. So if we could do that, I will send Nick's Walking Liberty. They can have one of Nick's coins.
I think that'd be awesome. All right, so let's do this then. You guys, we're going to do a couple giveaways here. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up, hit that real quick. I've got my answer right here, and I'm going to put this in the chat, and then we'll talk about a poll here on the hair real quick. So we'll do this one first. So go ahead and put your answer in. I don't know. We'll stick it there. In that case, Nick wins. That's the answer. It depends on who's giving the giveaway. I think here. I think these people are silver operated, coin operated. I think that's the problem.
Oh well, then that's not fair. I don't want to bribe chat to pick me as a winner.
Oh goodness. And then the same rule will apply to this one. If you're on the number, great, or you've got to be just below it. I think I'm doing that right, but that's the rules for tonight at least. And I will get a spin roll coming. We got T-Girl Amber in here and Manbug44. Welcome.
I think I want to ask a trivia question.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
I have to think about one.
Okay, I'm going to wind this one down here, so I'm going to count down on mine real quick, and then we'll do your trivia question. And then what we'll do, so let's do your trivia question first for your giveaway. Then we'll do a hair pull after that.
Okay.
It'll be less biased that way, I think. I'm typing in stop now. All right, guys. Hurry and get your answer in there. Okay, so think of your question. I'm going to look this up real quick here. All right, guys, so here's the number. It is 200.
Okay, I got a question.
So let's see who had 200.
Now?
Yeah, we're going to do this giveaway real fast, and we'll jump over to yours. So I had 145. Okay. Is below 169. 175. 197. That might be the winner there. Let's see. 199. Amy, let's see if anybody got 200. All right, Amy, congratulations. You're going to get a couple dimes here and an awesome Stackingsurfer sticker right there. This is a fun one. And Amy, what I just need you to do is send me your YouTube handle, as well as your name and your mailing address, and send that as an email to stackingsurfer@gmail.com, and I will get that out to you. All right, so Nick, what's a trivia question you want to do?
Okay, I'm going to put my email address in the chat so that way the winner can email me their address. What is Nick's least favorite coin? The coin and the year.
Oh goodness, I don't know that one.
Oh. Let me see. I can tell you when I find it.
Okay, I'm also going to go to your channel right now and get your handle here.
Okay. Okay, I see it, but of course I'm looking at the chat on my phone, so I don't know who came in first, but it's the 2021 Morgan. I did see it come in.
Okay, you did see it come in. Okay, so let's see what we got here.
Yeah, it looks like we had two. We had Jim and Jamie said Morgan, but they didn't say the year. And then I have Gypsy Wolves that said 2021 Morgan.
Okay, let's see here. I think you said the year, did you not, in your question?
I did. I said
Okay,
the coin and the year. I did.
so it is Gypsy Wolf. Wolves,
Well,
sorry.
yay, Gypsy Wolves! You know how to
Apparently
get in touch
there's
with me.
there's more than one more than one Gypsy Wolf, so it's we got to make sure we get that
Oh,
on there.
there is.
Well, it says Gypsy
Oh,
Wolves, right? There's two of them at least.
well, he says he's an angel and a dude too, so the jury's out on that one.
Okay, then I put a link. I don't know if it's actually clickable or not. If someone else could grab a link, if that is not clickable for Nick's channel, go check her
Thank
channel
you.
out, guys. She has awesome live videos. Um, I'm kind of new to the live thing. I don't know why, but I'm way more comfortable just walking around with a selfie stick at the beach talking to you
Not
guys.
me. I, I
And
I do not like doing still. I have to I like
well, I
live.
should I should be completely embarrassed. My kids run away. They go to a different beach. They say, "Dad's doing his thing again. We're getting out of here."
That's
And
funny.
when I do it, like on the Ferris wheel at Irvine Spectrum, they're freaking out over that too. And
Oh, but it's very
um,
cool when I see you down there because the view is great. And of course, we don't see everything around you. So we don't see, the kids or people looking at you while it's happening. So it looks really good.
yeah,
But
well, we'll get a little bit of them in some stuff. We did a Disney cruise earlier this year that I talked on a few of those videos, and we'll probably share some tips on how to save money on doing a cruise or a vacation. I know that might not sound like silver, but it is a way for you to grab more silver if you can save money doing things.
right.
So it
Well,
won't
times are
become a
tough. People are having
Disney.
a hard time
Yeah,
even going on
exactly.
vacation. So any tips to save would be great.
So one of the tips is um, that I'll give you on vacation stuff is you've got to do a lot of research before you do it. You've got to find out the tips and tricks. You've got to understand it. So especially if it's anything Disney related, it's so complex and so expensive. Go watch some of those channels and figure it out because you'll get burned if you just go
I'm sorry.
retail.
Cruises, I've heard are great, but I just look at it as a floating pastry dish of germs. So I just would much rather have a place where I can drive off if I want to go somewhere and I don't want to be somewhere. Too
Yeah,
controlling. But I
I
heard the buffets are great.
yeah. On the other hand, I'm a huge cruise fan. I've
You
been on three.
are.
I've been
Okay.
on three, and Disney's been my favorite. Even though there were a lot of kids, and I spent most of my time in the non-kids section of it. And I did bring my kids with me, but it just got a little too much. But and the food was okay. The food was much better on some of the other cruise lines, or probably before
Mhm.
COVID. I think they're probably reducing costs, right? So
Oh, yep, yep.
with a cruise, you pay a year in advance, and if you have inflation, they have to figure out how to try to mitigate that by the time you actually get
Well,
on
you're
it.
not locked in on a price.
You're locked in.
Are you? Oh, you are locked in. Oh,
Yeah,
but they, okay, I understand. I see what
they're
you mean.
not. And if the price of watermelon doubles, they still have to
Oh, yep.
serve watermelon. So they anyway they have to check things. But I'm gluten free, and going on a cruise makes things way easier because I can travel
Oh,
the islands, or
okay.
I can travel Europe, or go somewhere else and not have to worry about translation and getting food that gets me really sick, things like that.
Right.
But let's do this
That
real
is saving.
quick. Oh, go
Yep.
ahead, Nick. Sorry.
Well, saving tip to when you go on vacation, get a hotel room where you can cook and go grocery shopping and start. Don't go out to eat
That
so
is totally
much.
true. That is totally true.
So,
So anytime I go somewhere where I'm staying in the same location for a few days, we try
mhm.
to get one that has a little kitchenette, and then we go to the
Right.
grocery store and you do
And
all
it's as
that.
simple as eating the sandwiches. You really don't need, the full blown kitchen, make sandwiches and finger foods and stuff. I mean, you can make do, and then usually hotels have continental breakfast. So,
They totally do. So, a couple things real quick, just to shout out. Next Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Wait, what did I put in here? Yeah, 6 o'clock p.m. So if you guys see this here real quick, I will have another live. I've got another guest that's coming. We're going to be talking about peace and Morgan dollars. that are graded as well as non-graded. Should you get them graded? How do you get them graded? And how do you know if what you have is legit? How do you test them? And then we're also going to be talking about other numismatic coins as well. So we'll be hitting on pre-33 too. So look for that coming out next week. And then tonight, if you guys happen to be local, there is the possibility of a drawing for Drew Brophy to get a surfboard, skate decks, and all kinds of other goodies at his studio here in San Clemente tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. So if you're
Are you
local
going
and
to
you
be
can
going
make it
down?
out here, I am.
Are
I'm
you
going to go
going?
over there, and I will either do a little video, or if they'll let me, I might even do a little live of what they're doing just to have fun with it.
That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun.
So we might poke in there. But there's a question that has not been answered yet, guys. And for fun, I need one more thumbs up because we cheated a little bit and we gave the giveaways early. But we need to now do the poll on the hair. Okay. So here's the deal. It doesn't hurt my feelings if I lose, and if I win, I'm gonna laugh because I think you guys are full of it. But here's the deal. So don't put the answer in yet. If you think, sir, so how do we want to put this? What are we putting in there? Who has the best hair? What is the question that we keep hearing around the ecosystem?
Oh, who has the best hair stacking hair? I don't know.
All right, we're gonna say who has the best stacking hair. Okay.
Yeah.
So put a 1 in if it's Nick, put a 2 in if it's Surfer, and then we'll try to count these up. Only one answer each, guys.
What do we win?
What do we win? I don't know. You get some hair gel. I don't know. Hairspray.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
I don't. OC Stacker, what is 3? Neither or both? I don't know.
Okay, that's just
You'll have to
cheating.
tell us. Yeah.
A 3 is cheating. We don't.
And
yeah.
I'll look, if Nick doesn't win, I think you guys are full of it. So. But,
I really.
But I will tell you, it's been pretty funny though, because I have had one comment I had to show my wife. Someone commented that they could watch me all day long, and I don't know if I should be creeped out by that or if it should be a compliment. But I thought that was funny. And then I've had guys and girls basically call out and say I've got the best hair. You guys, it's just hair. I mean, it is. I try to make it a little Elvis-y for you, but it's just hair. But Nick's hair, have you seen hair like that before?
I have had a lot of compliments on my hair though too, and I greatly appreciate it. But again, I'm surprised on how much importance is put on hair. But maybe it's because a lot of people don't have it.
Well, bike contests hair went on strike in the 90s. So you guys, I get it. You can see some receding right here. That freaks me out. That wasn't there until about 2 years ago, and now I'm freaking out. It's like, okay, do I need to go get hair restoration? And people will laugh at me, but when you have never had any receding hair and you've had to use thinning shears your whole life, all the way up until you were 45, and then at 45 your hair starts coming out when you're showering and stuff, it scares the crap out of you.
Oh,
okay. Yes, so Nick, I don't even have to really look at this too closely. You won by a landslide, which is exactly what I was hoping for, because I would have just called BS on everybody if I won.
And I owe your chat money. Thank you. So I owe them money. I'll pay you guys.
Oh, it was an inside job. Now I get it. All right.
Yes. I got in touch with everybody. So I'm gonna pay them to win.
Well, Nick, we're gonna wind down here, but I want to thank everybody. We hit that 50 thumbs up, which is awesome. So thank you guys for coming out and supporting. I know this wasn't, I didn't put a lot of information or give you a lot of time on this one that was coming together, and we also weren't sure if it was going to happen. Nick lives right where that hurricane was heading, and so lights were flickering. It was getting a little sketchy for a bit, but it did work out.
It worked out. And
so
now
so I have to say, both of us had like false alarms with hurricanes this year. So in California and up in Maine, and it's always good to be prepared, guys, but do not be prepared and then put it to the side and go live your life. It's the same with stacking. Could we have problems where you don't have food and where you need to barter or whatever else? Yes, we could. So have some food storage, have some water, have some precious metals around, have some cash on hand, and then forget about it and go live your life. and
Guns and
move on
ammo.
with things. And oh yes, also the third metal,
Guns
which
and
is
ammo does
steel
not hurt.
and
Mhm.
lead. So you want to have that lead, and you want to be able to know how to use it too. So if you buy a
Yes.
gun, learn how to use it. Go to the range, know how to clean it. Lock it up, keep it in a safe place. Make sure kids can't get access to it. But I think all of those things are really important. So if you guys haven't done so already, I think most of you are subscribers. So if you haven't done so though, please give a thumbs up on the video as well as a subscribe, and you'll be able to see the next videos coming out. I do live in California. I love California. I love my city. The state is having some major issues, in my opinion, and we're also losing our constitutional rights just about every month, which is too
You
bad.
have one of the best shorts I have seen in a long time too. So I wish we could put that link in your chat because that was a great short.
Which one?
The one the one with President Biden.
Oh, you like that one?
Oh my gosh.
God
I
save the
watched
Queen?
that. Yes, and then I had to have my husband watch it. And then my mother came over and watched it because it was just
All right,
hilarious.
fine. Well, let me get
It
the
was
link for you
so
guys real
good.
quick.
Yeah, it's one that you should see. But that was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
It was very clever.
I don't know what's up with YouTube, but I can tell you, like, my shorts are only seen for 24 hours, and then after that, they flatline every time.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
How many views did you have on that? That should have had like several thousand.
Yeah, that one did really well, but it just doesn't, YouTube kills it after 24 hours. It's like, I'm not going to show it to anybody else. So I've got a bunch of people from India trying to get me to do, like, some kind of optimization with it, but let's see
Yeah,
here.
it's a great one. I thought it was very clever.
Okay, I've almost come to it.
And your gold videos um was great. The tips that you had on gold was great. Yeah, you put out some really good content.
Well, thanks, guys. I try to put some good stuff out. Hopefully, you guys like it. I did have one person today tell me to never do shorts again, and that it's
Well,
not very professional. So I will
we
tell
don't listen
you,
to the naysayers. We don't
well, it
listen to
is,
those.
and he brought up Yankee doesn't do them. Well, I'll tell you why Yankee doesn't do shorts. They weren't helping him. Um,
Mhm.
his shorts were not working for him. It wasn't worth his time, so he stopped doing it. And I have to tell you guys, YouTube keeps trying to push these shorts on us.
Yes, we do. Yep.
And if we're not doing shorts, a lot of our stuff is not getting seen, unfortunately. Um, shoot, I'm gonna have to. Okay, here it is. I found it. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put this in the chat for you guys. This is a fun
Yes,
one.
it was really fun. Yep.
So here you
And
go. Go check out that short before we kill the stream here. But that was pretty fun. But here's what I'll tell you guys. Look, where I live is a very conservative place. You have a mix of people that are liberal and conservative, but it's probably about 90-10 kind of a ratio, conservative to liberal, in a very liberal state. And to me, I have family and I have friends that are on both extreme sides of the gambit. And what I continue to find myself moving more towards is the middle and trying to
Mhm.
find something that's going to work for the majority of Americans so that we can stop having division. We can start
Common
coming
ground.
together, common ground.
Finding that common ground. Yep.
And so I keep trying to find more and more of that. And for me, a lot of the things is trying to help us get back on track of having a nation that's for the people, by the people, that's going to create something that makes our lives easier and better. And I don't see that happening right now. I see a movement moving that direction. But what
Mhm.
we have right now, to me, seems like something that continues to overtax us, that makes it a lot harder for us to support our families.
To get ahead.
It's making it harder for families to have a parent stay at home if they want to with their family. That used to be what happened all the time. And as soon as parents aren't involved in their kids' lives, some of those situations can get really bad too. So as a society, it can be important for us to really try to help create situations to where the family is important. And to me, family is important. But a lot of people, I guess they just don't care anymore. But I want to thank everybody for coming on. And well, last thing Jim Doc just mentions too, shorts are too much like TikTok. So I will agree with you guys on that. So what I would love some feedback from all of you on is this. I don't have TikTok. I don't go on there. I don't use it.
I don't
Um,
either.
for me, shorts, I'm not trying to get all these crazy amounts of views and go viral. What I'm trying to do is get people's attention to something shiny, which is either silver or gold for the most part, or show you a cool little scenery thing. And the idea is to be able to have you see something that you may want to see more of that, really. So it's kind of like an ad. What I am looking at doing is maybe moving away from that, and I'm looking to make shorts out of my long form video as more of an ad. I did that with the gold backs. They did really well. I got 1 to 2,000 views on the shorts, and they had links to take you back to the main video. So what I would love to hear from you guys, and if you can either email me or you can leave a comment to this video, but I would love to know if you watch shorts, are shorts annoying? Do you like them? Would you rather see shorts that are about a specific coin with a message? Or would you rather see a short that has to do with a portion of a video? And try not to just keep yourself in mind. Try to keep it in mind people that may be younger, that have never thought about stacking gold and silver, because part of what I'm trying to do with my channel is wake people up and bring them into thinking about this so that they get started.
Couple of the shorts that I did well on is me being stupid in my live streams. If I make a face or if somebody says something and I have my eye rolls or whatever, and that went, I got 10,000 on one of them.
I think so too. But yeah, let me know on the shorts, because we're trying to figure that out. And I don't know if you guys, if you get served up shorts or not, but you also don't have to click on shorts. You don't have to watch them. You can just go to the channel you're looking for and go to videos, and you'll get the long form too. So anyway, I'd be curious, because I'm trying to figure out if I should invest money into having people help me edit shorts or not. So love to hear from you guys. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to give a big special thanks to Nick, who has won the hair challenge today. So she is now crowned. Do you have a tiara to throw on real quick?
Of course.
Oh, you got a crown. So she is now crowned queen of the YouTube Stacking Hair Guild, wherever that is.
Doesn't everybody have a crown laying around?
No, I don't.
Yeah, neither do I.
All right. She doesn't either. That just came somewhere. We don't know where that came from. All right, guys. Well, I got to run, but I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. And until next time, peace out, and have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy it. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.